Hello there, and thanks for joining me. And your eyes do not deceive you. That is wall to wall blue sky. We're in mid-February, and this video really I just want to cover preparing for spring, because last year I felt like I was caught napping a little bit with, I found a badger set really late, just after the bluebells were finishing, and it was actually in this woodland behind me. This was all bluebells at one point, and then I found my badger set, and really I could have found that a lot earlier if I'd have put the effort in to go and find it. So this really just to encourage you guys, before it gets to that time of spring where everything's full on and fast and everything's happening and you don't know what to go and photograph next. I'm just really working on my wildlife kind of area around by me with landowners' permission, to kind of, let's get ahead of the game, let's get ahead of where are the green woodpecker nests, where are the fox dens, where are the badger sets and things like that, which I do know where there's a fox den, a badger set, a tawny owl hole I've got, where a tawny regularly visits, and many other little locations. So I'm building that knowledge up of this area, and now before it gets to that busy time of year, spring, I'm trying to lay the groundwork basically. So I'm going to put a bit of feed out today and kind of set up the area where I know the badgers are going to be in the spring, and obviously I want them to be feeding in a location that is really good for the bluebell shots in terms of light and just set up. So I'm going to set a bit of a log up and put some peanuts out. We'll put a camera trap on it, and then we're going to see what we can kind of get from it. And really it's just one example of one of the many ways I'm trying to prepare for spring, just to make my photography a lot more local, which is a lot more convenient and quicker to do, and you can be a lot more consistent, coming down regularly. So we'll get into the video, and yeah, we'll see what we're going to do today, but mainly badger stuff. So yeah. Oh my days, what about that then? So all in there, in the next month and a half will be bluebells, but what a gorgeous little spot this is. And I have seen barn owls. When I've come down last year to try and observe the badgers, I had a barn owl on a post down there, which was absolutely fantastic. So there's a buzzard there coming down ever so fast, right into the woods over there. There's just so much life around here, so you've got to just make the most of it while it's like this. You can see behind me, and you might recognise this from last year actually. I did a video where I was sat there and waiting for the badgers, and a red deer come across the field, but you can see how bare it is compared, and look how short that grass is. So that's obviously great now for photographing the badgers, and this is the whole area that they forage in each evening. So yeah, we're only about probably 100 yards away from the set at the moment, so obviously they're going to be well in that set at the moment because it's in the middle of the day, so no chance of disturbing them really. But I'm not going to get any closer than this, so we'll get to the area that I want to set up, which is the opposite way really, but well within close proximity to the actual set, which means that it's not too far for them to walk and discover the food that I'm going to put out. So yeah, exciting. So I've just come to the location which I was kind of talking about before, where you can see all the bluebells are coming up behind me there. There's already some signs of foraging here, where it looks like the badgers have dug up some insects, or even the bulbs maybe for the wild garlic or the bluebells, and because I know squirrels like those. So the bluebells are clearly going to come up in this area, and the light is going to be moving across throughout the day, and it's of an evening it's going to be bathing this this area from the right hand side, and I'll have a little hide set up, or I might even just be camoed up there and basically come down before the badgers come out, which we'll know from setting up the camera. And then I'll wait for the badgers to come to this site where I'm going to set up maybe a couple of logs, put a load of peanuts in for feeding, and we can just monitor that and see how many badgers come out, which will be interesting to know with the size of this set, and if there's any cubs this year, which will only be revealed in the next kind of couple of months really. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see this come to fruition, and hopefully me starting early this year will really give me some good grounds to make some real good progress, and hopefully get some fantastic bluebell shots, which I'm just dreaming of now. If I can have a set of badgers in front of me while I'm set up there with perfect lighting conditions from the right hand side, with nothing to block out the light apart from a few shrubs and things like that. We should have plenty of light. It's all about setting up, which we'll do in a second, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that, and then really just seeing what comes along. And we always know that if you put the effort in, nature does tend to oblige and come along for the journey. So hopefully we can get a good badger set going here. And this is not this is only supplementary feed. This isn't to take over their existing diet, which they're clearly feeding on in this area, which will be mainly insects and probably some of the bulbs in here. So yeah, let's get on to making this area look presentable for some photography based on where the light is going to be of an evening. Now this log is really cool because it's got so much moss growing naturally on the front. It's got some lovely little plants growing. It'll still be growing because they're growing literally onto the bark, not from the ground. So yeah, really, really cool. And I'll probably put a load of holes in the back of this eventually to put the peanuts into, so the peanuts last a bit longer. But to begin with, I'll just be probably putting them behind the log and in front of the log at this point, because I'm not physically coming down to photograph them just yet. But I will do before the bluebells, God, catch me breath. Before the bluebells come out, I will be coming down just to see what the behaviour is like, where they like searching and where best to actually sit, because it's all a bit of a prediction at the moment of what's kind of going to happen. So yeah, I mean, if this is all going to be bluebells, which it is, I'm just envisaging an amazing display here with badgers, with perfect light, golden light as well. Oh God, I can't even talk about it. It's just, yeah. So this should be fantastic setup if all comes to plan. So all you can do is try and put the effort in. Even just this side of the tree here with the roots going into the ground with the moss just looks fantastic. It's a really old tree. Look at this for a piece here. Literally just found this. Just this piece lying on the floor. Look at that. It's incredible. I'm going to stick this in front and hopefully it keeps growing over the next few weeks and next month, and might end up in some of the images. Oh no. So what I'm going to do in terms of trying to monitor this little site now is I'm going to set up a camera probably there somewhere, just here, kind of where you are now, and just watch this whole area while I've got the peanuts out, and I'll be able to monitor it really well, gather timings for when the badgers are actually coming out, and also what areas that they like the most, and are they even coming out at all, which is obviously important. I don't envisage them not coming out because the set is literally just 100 yards that way. So yeah, hopefully we get some action pretty soon. And if we do capture any badgers, I'll stick them on the end of this video, and that'll hopefully give you enough excitement just to see what might happen in the next month or two with when this is covered in bluebells, and a video that might hopefully come out if we can get some great footage and great badger images and video, and hopefully have just a fantastic season of badger photography on my own patch, which would be absolutely amazing. So now I've just leaned a couple of branches against that tree there, and we're going to be looking basically from this angle at this whole kind of little area. I've even put a little stick that's upwards, and just to see if a tawny happens to come down. If you get any rats coming down eating on the peanuts, it might encourage tawnies and things like that. So yeah, really it's just to monitor this area. But if any badgers come remotely close to this log, which they should do if there's any peanuts there, we'll have a good idea on how much time they spend here and when they come about, and then that'll give me ideas for timings in the next month of when to come down, basically, because these bluebells, once they start coming up, I'm going to be spending a few evenings down here after work and things like that. So hopefully it's in enough time where I can just get down here straight after work and set up most nights, and hopefully if we watch it for long enough in the build up to April and when these bluebells come out, and not exclusively till the bluebells come out, I could use this all year in theory. So we'll see. If they're here for a good enough time, I can see on a daily basis if it's like clockwork and when they actually turn up, and that is a key thing. We don't want to disturb anything. The minute we come down here while something's already here, that's bad news. So this is where the camera will really help us. And as you can hear, there's a ringneck parakeet has literally just landed in this tree. So you might even get parakeets on the bloody log, I don't know. So yeah, I've got really good hopes for this. So yeah, hopefully it's good. And this camera's 4G, so I can film this. I can see what this is filming at any point, really. So I'm just going to check the camera on the phone. So what we'll do, go on the app. That's where the camera was previously, on a hole that I put in my shed with a bird box behind it, and then now you can see the live view on the camera. So what we want to do, that's pretty good angle already, to be honest, but I'll slacken the thing off. I think that's pretty much perfect, but what we'll do, we'll put it low because it's kind of pointless it being high. Hopefully, I think we just need to get that in there. I think that'll be enough, to be honest with you. So that is our setup. So you can see that's live. And when it detects anything, you can see there below that it'll detect the activity, and then you can watch it back, and you can even talk through the camera and whatnot, and you can even hear what's going on live sound-wise through the camera in the audio, which is cool. So if there's any scraps going on with the badgers, we'll know about it. So yeah, that's all set up. So ironically, it's called Happy Little Bird Peanuts, which they're not going to be used for the birds really. We'll probably get jays down and magpies and things, but that's the amount of peanuts I'm going to stick down for now. But I will get a big big bag, and then every time I come down I'll just keep topping it up. And I want to be quite consistent really, because they're only going to last a night or two maximum. So I might even get a steel drum down here and fill it up so nothing can get into it, and then I've got the peanuts down here as and when I need them, so nothing will get in a steel drum. Don't get plastic drums if you've got your own wildlife area, because squirrels, deer will just chew through them and eat all the food. Don't ask me how I know that. So yeah, let's get spreading the peanuts. So I'm going to be pretty liberal. No real aim to put any stuff anywhere really. If I see any little nooks and crannies, obviously I'll put them in there. I'm trying not to step on too many of the bluebells coming up, because it'll stunt the growth, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I want it to be full of bluebells, don't I? So even chuck some right up here, see if we get any badgers coming to the top. I imagine it'll just be the birds coming to the top for those, but yeah, that looks the part, doesn't it, that? We can add more later on. It's not like we can't come down and change it about in the day. Once they've gone in of a day, we can just use it, change everything as we please, and then hopefully we can adjust it in the way that we want it, that we see fit. That log might be a little bit steep really, but we'll just leave it there for now and just see what we capture on the camera. And yeah, what I'll probably do as well is I'll leave a couple of socks and a bit of clothing down here, as that gets the badgers used to the scent that they might obviously detect when you are here. So if they've already had an item of clothing or something down here that they've managed to sniff about and smell, but they know nothing's about that's going to harm them, then in theory, if you're here with the camera and a tripod, they're going to smell that smell that they're familiar with, rather than it being a new smell and seeing a figure there that they don't know what it is. So it's just a little tip really that I've heard a lot of well-known wildlife photographers say, so it is worth trying, which I will do. So obviously I've had my hands all over this today, so that already will be an introduction to my scent anyway, but just to reaffirm it, it's worth regularly kind of trying to bring something down. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And yeah, we're all kind of set up, so hopefully we get some good success today with that and in the next couple of months. Right guys, so if you've enjoyed this video today, and I know there's probably not too much to show you just yet, but obviously this is really just showing you how we should be preparing for the spring, and not just the spring, any subject that you want to photograph and film, depending on the time of year that you're planning to do the most activity, you need to be preparing before that. And that's where I fell down in the past, and this is why I'm doing it now, because I've learnt my lessons. And it's important when we learn our lessons the hard way, in terms of not getting the photography done that we wanted to do. We've got to learn from that and evolve, haven't we? So hopefully this is going to give me some good grounds in April and get those bluebell shots that always seem to be my favourite badger shots. So hopefully I'll get some of my own, and plenty of time down here with these badgers to come and do it. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe and drop a comment below. Please do follow my Instagram at Lewis Round Photography. I am on TikTok now as well, so follow those links in the description and on the screen now. So yeah, hopefully you've had a glorious day in the sunshine that we've been waiting for, and stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.